Hello everyone, let's continue. First, to summarize the first video again, I believe that How the World Works has a number of sock accounts that come from a third-party service. The accounts appear to come from regular series of pre-made blank socks, and, being themselves essentially blank, save for being subscribed to How the World Works and a few friends, this is a bit too much coincidence to ignore. Now, in between the two videos, people have been taking a look at this on their own. I got a long list of Redbeard series accounts from the user AMCKinley03, and others have been poking around names as well in the comments of the first video. So, at this point, I'd like to point out something important that might have been a little subtle in the first part. When it comes to sock puppets, the big key is the combination of two things, being part of a regular series of blank socks and resembling a blank sock themselves. The second part is important because I've been doing some testing, investigating potential objections to my theory, and what I've found is that the sock services, in the process of setting down blanks, have gotten their tendrils just about everywhere. If you happen to have an account name with a number at the end, there's a high chance that sock services have staked claims in the numeric range around you. For instance, the user RobertMike57 was an early commenter on the first video, and he is an ordinary poster, but you can find the accounts Robert Mike, Robert Mike 1, Robert Mike 38, and Robert Mike 89. So, if you find a potential sock account, and they seem to be active, making comments, uploads, or favorites, please be sure to give people the benefit of the doubt. Please investigate the Muja 12s of the world, and not the Muka 12s. And note that this doesn't apply to accounts which were always dormant before and only came alive to defend themselves when poked at. The original list of suspected accounts were blanks themselves, accounts that you could take a look at standalone and suspect that they were a sock. On that note, though, let's talk about CHUCKLZLORD. CHUCKLZLORD, the person, appeared as the face for CHUCKLZLORD, the account, in response to a video by the user Screeching Insanity, where he was listed as a potential sock account. Now, when I first posted part 1, I got a message from the user ZangaroZen. He had his own suspicions about CHUCKLZLORD, and he felt he wasn't a legitimate subscriber. He asked me to take a closer look at him. Now, I was suspicious myself about him at the time. I looked at it and I thought there was something that seemed off about his presentation. But I was only a little bit suspicious, and I felt that even if he wasn't legitimate, other evidence about the sock accounts would eventually make that a moot point. However, since he was an example of someone springing out of a completely anonymous-looking sock, I felt it was important to take another look. The rest of the findings of this video are actually investigated out of chronological order, and I've reordered them for the sake of a good presentation. I got a screenshot of CHUCKLZLORD's account from the records of the user Screeching Insanity. Now, this is from the time before CHUCKLZLORD the person announced himself. On his channel profile, we see that his age is listed as 22. In CHUCKLZLORD's second video, re How the World Works CEI and Sock Accounts 3, he says at 44 seconds, "It's good to be told you don't exist. I've been questioning it all 18 years of my life." And, if you now look at his channel profile, his age is no longer listed. One of the basic things you can do when someone appears out of nowhere in a timely way to defend someone else is to look for connections. Here is the Facebook search result for Lee Doran. He belongs to the networks of Michigan and Washington, D.C. He doesn't share his information publicly, but his friends list is public. On the first page is listed a friend called Canata, also from the Washington, D.C. network. If you go to his page, you see that he is also part of the network's Heritage Foundation and CEI, the Competitive Enterprise Institute, which is a group that How the World Works also belongs to. Comparing the photo with footage of CHUCKLZLORD, there seems to be a general similarity. However, there are many people in this world who have general similarities, so it's important to get more specific in matching this photo. His eyebrows are brown and curve around the eye to the side, and if we look at his hairline, though he's shooting himself in harsh light, we can faintly see more similarities. Still, though, this isn't satisfactory. We need to do better than just pick out technicalities and what you can faintly see. So I looked around for another photo that I could use. I found a blog called The Other McCain. Address, there it is. And I found this photo. Here, he's looking less unshaven, and it's obvious now. CHUCKLZLORD is Canata. Canata, the Director of Development for the Competitive Enterprise Institute. Well,